Aston Martin DB7. The Aston Martin DB7 is a Grand Tourer which was produced by British luxury automobile manufacturer Aston Martin from September 1994 to December 2004. The car was available either as a coupe or a convertible. The prototype was complete by November 1992 and debuted at the Geneva Motor Show in March 1993. The car was designed by Callum and Keith Helfet. The six-cylinder DB7 based on the Jaguar AJ6 engine was positioned as an entry-level model below the hand-built V8 Virage introduced a few years earlier. This model was the highest produced Aston Martin automobile ever, with more than 7,000 built, before it was replaced by the DB9 in 2004. Overview. The DB7, known internally as the Roman 20 project, was made mostly with resources from Jaguar cars and had the financial backing of the Ford Motor Company, owner of Aston Martin from 1988 to 2007. The DB7's platform is an evolution of the Jaguar AJ6 platform, though with many changes. The DB7 began life as a successor to the Jaguar AJ6 envisioned by Tom Walkinshaw of TWR. Walkinshaw had been impressed by the AJ6's potential after driving it in the European Touring Car Championship in the late 1970s and early 1980s and wanted to rebody the car so it would have more modern style. He initially wanted to engage Peter Stevens to design such a car, but he refused due to his ongoing projects at the time. Walkinshaw then engaged Callum, who was new in the car design work at the time, to design the car. Jaguar had been struggling to replace the AJ6 due to its weak financial position. A project codenamed the XJ41/4241 for the coupe, 42 for the convertible, was already in development stage in the company, mooted to be called the F-Type when completed, and was designed by Keith Helfet. When American automobile manufacturer Ford acquired both Jaguar and Aston Martin, the new management canceled the XJ41/42 project in 1990 because of the car's heavier weight than the AJ6, the project's high budget, and also the employee overtime spent on the car. Seeing the potential of the abandoned project, Walkinshaw based his concept on the XJ41 and tasked Callum to design his envisioned body around the XJ41. He presented the completed car to Jaguar's management, who rejected it. Due to the development of the Jaguar XJ220, Ford had not been very keen on development of new Aston Martin models due to high development costs and the wake of the 1990s economic downturn. Aston Martin CEO at the time, Walter Hayes, approached Walkinshaw as he had seen the potential in Walkinshaw's proposition to succeed. Development started with a project name of Roman 20. Callum was again tasked to redesign the car so it would look like an Aston Martin. Due to a limited financial backing at the time, the final product shared many components from other marques owned by Ford. The tail lights came from the Mazda 323F, the chrome door handles came from the Mazda 323 Estate, the turn signals came from the Mazda MX-5, and the interior door mirror switches came from the Ford Scorpio. The only foreign component would be the wing mirrors, which were shared with the Citroën CX. The whole project cost $30 million. These vehicles were fitted with the tib disc tumbler lock barrel design as used on Ford vehicles around the time of this vehicle's manufacture. The difference between Ford locks and the ones fitted to the DB7 is the fact the DB7 utilizes 8 discs rather than 6, hence the key blade, and the lock barrel is longer. Jaguar vehicles also used the 8-disc tib locks. An alternate DB7 proposal was considered in 1991 to develop a 6-cylinder platform from the Escort RS Cosworth's Forksfor system. On 1 January 1993, Jack Nasser was appointed the new chairman of Ford Europe. He presented the finished car, which had yet to be named, to the general public at the 1993 Geneva Motor Show. Due to the positive and overwhelming reception, the car was put into production as the Aston Martin DB7. The positive response also prompted Jaguar to use the platform for the XJ's successor. The car was redesigned by Jeff Lawson and was launched in the market as the Jaguar XK, which uses an evolution of the XJ's platform called the Zone 100 by Jaguar, and the cars share a family resemblance. Although the DB7 was more expensive than the XK, the DB7 was engineered in Kidlington, Oxfordshire, by TWR on behalf of Aston. The engines continued to be built in Kidlington during the production run of the vehicle, with the production of the Virage soon rechristened V8 following Vantage styling revisions continuing. At Newport Pagnell, a new factory was acquired at Bloxham, Oxfordshire, that had previously been used to manufacture the XJ220, where every DB7 would be built throughout its production run. The DB7 and its variants were the only Aston Martin automobiles produced in Bloxham, and the only ones with a steel unit construction inherited from Jaguar. Aston Martin had traditionally used aluminium fork. The convertible volant version was unveiled at the North American International Auto Show held in Detroit in 1996. Both versions initially had a supercharged straight-six engine that has a power output of 340 PS, 250 kW, 335 HP, and 361 lb, ft 489 Nm of torque. In the United States, the coupe was sold for $140,000 and the volant for $150,000. Works Service provided a special driving dynamics package, which greatly enhanced performance and handling for drivers who wanted more than what the standard configuration offered. The straight-6 models were phased out in mid-1999 due to lack of market interest. Variants: V12 Vantage. In 1999, the more powerful DB7 V12 Vantage was introduced at the Geneva Motor Show. Its 5.9-liter, 48-valve V12 engine has a power output of 426 PS, 313 kW, 420 HP, and 400 lb, ft 542 Nm of torque. It has a compression ratio of 10.31. Two transmission choices were available, those being a Tremec T-56 6-speed manual or a ZF5 HP 35-speed automatic. Aston Martin claimed the car had a top speed of either 299 km/h 186 mph with the manual gearbox or 266 km/h 165 mph. The V12 Vantage is 4,692 mm 184.7 in long, 1830 mm 72.0 in wide, 1243 mm 48.9 in high, with a weight of 1,800 kg 3,968.3 lb. The aesthetic differences from the straight-6 DB7 include different wing mirrors and large fog lamps under the headlamps, along with DB7 Vantage badging at the rear. After the launch of the Vantage, sales of the base DB7 with the supercharged straight-6 engine had reduced considerably, so its production ended by mid-1999. V12 GT and GTA. In 2002, a new variant was launched, named V12 GT or V12 GTA, when equipped with an automatic transmission, referring to the automatic transmission itself. It was essentially an improved version of the Vantage, with its V12 engine now having a power output of 441 PS, 324 kW, 435 HP, and 410 lb. ft 556 Nm of torque for the manual GT, although the GTA retained the engine having a power output of 426. Additionally, the GT and GTA chassis had substantially updated suspension from the DB7 Vantage models. Aesthetically, compared to the Vantage, it has a mesh front grille, vents in the bonnet hood, a boot trunk spoiler, an aluminium gear lever, optional carbon fiber interior trim, and new wheels. It also has 355 mm 14.0 in front and 330 mm 13.0 in rear vented disc brakes made by Brembo. When being tested by Jeremy Clarkson on Top Gear in 2003, he demonstrated the car's ability to pull away in fourth gear and continue until it hit the rev limiter. The speedometer indicated 217 km/h, 135 mph. Production of the GT and GTA was extremely limited, as only 190 GT and 112 GTA were produced worldwide, and only 64 GT and 17 GTA were shipped to the US market, out of a total of 302 cars. Special editions. A number of special edition DB7 cars were built. DB7 A6, 1998 Alfred Dunhill Edition 78 of an announced 150 Dunhill Silver Platinum metallic cars with a built-in humidor. 1998 Neiman Marcus Edition 10 jet black cars for the 1998 Neiman Marcus Christmas catalog. 1999 Stratstone Edition 19 Boland black cars, 9 coupes and 10 ballasts. 1998 Beverly Hills Edition 6 Midnight Blue, 2 coupes and 4 volants. DB7 V12 Vantage. 2003 Jubilee Limited Edition 24 Jubilee Blue cars were made for Europe and 26 were made for North America to celebrate the Golden Jubilee of Queen Elizabeth, Roman II. 2002 Keswick Limited Edition 10 Ferrari Bureau Daytona Black. 2003 Anniversary Edition 55 of an announced 100 slate blue cars to celebrate the end of DB7 Vantage production. Special models. 2 special edition variants were made at the end of the DB7's production run, the DB7 Zegato and Deviarone. DB7 Zegato. The DB7 Zegato was introduced at the Pebble Beach Concours d'Elegance in August 2002 and later shown at the Paris Motor Show the following October. It was only offered for the 2003 model year, with a limited run of 99 cars built. A 100th car was produced for the Aston Martin Museum, all of which immediately sold out. The car has a steel body designed in collaboration between Andrea Zegato at Zegato and the then chief designer of Aston Martin Henrik Fisker, and features the signature double-bubble Zegato roofline. Other features include a unique aniline leather interior not found on the normal DB7 and Zegato-styled 5-spoke alloy wheels. The car was only available in the UK, Europe, and Southeast Asia. Like the DB7 Vantage on which it is based, the DB7 Zegato is powered by a 6.0 L V12 engine that has been tuned to now produce 441 PS, 324 kW, 435 HP at 6,000 RPM, and 410 lb, FD 556 Nm of torque. Power goes to the rear wheels via 6-speed manual transmission or an optional 5-speed automatic. It featured upgraded suspension and brakes as well. It has a top speed of 186 mph, 299 km/h, and a 0-60 mph acceleration time of 4.9 seconds. Unlike the later Deviarone, the Zegato is built on a shortened chassis that has a 60 mm 2-inch shorter wheelbase and is 211 mm 8-inch shorter overall. It is also approximately 130 lb 59 kg lighter. Deviarone. The Deviarone, standing for American Roadster 1, was introduced at the Los Angeles Auto Show in January 2003. It is based on the DB7 Vantage Volant and features a unique body designed by Zegato in collaboration with Henrik Fisker. Only 99 examples were produced for sale, though Aston Martin built one additional example for their own factory collection. They were only offered for the US market. The Deviarone was intended for sunny American states and as such had no roof of any kind. Collectors elsewhere in the world have attempted to remedy this, but long-time Deviarone owner Robert Stockman commissioned Zegato to construct a small folding convertible top. The resulting electrically operated unit is very slight, referred to as a shelter rather than a roof by Andrea Zegato, and hides behind the seats when not in use. The Deviarone uses the 5.9-liter, 48-valve V12 engine from the DB7, producing 435 bhp, 324 kW, 441 PS at 6,000 rpm, and 410 lb, ft 556 Nm of torque at 5,000 rpm. It has a top speed of 185 mph, 298 km/h, and a 0-60 mph, 97 km/h acceleration time of 4.9 seconds. Oneoffs SSS DB7 A6 GT competition prototypes. Aston Martin planned on a gentleman's racer program featuring the DB7. For this purpose, ProDrive was commissioned to create a racing DB7 based on the first DB7 production car. This car features a red noseband. A second car, built by Works Service, followed and had a yellow noseband. Sadly, the plans for the racing series was cancelled. DB7 V8 road car by Works Service. In 1998, Works Service was given the task of supplying a DB7 powered by the famous V8. To make things more interesting, Works Service opted to use the 6.3-liter variant as also seen in the Virage 6.3. Unique features to distinguish this car include twin power bulges on the bonnet including brass-colored mesh grills for additional cooling. DB7 V12 prototype by TWR. TWR owner Tom Walkinshaw commissioned a one-off model in 1996 for his ownership based on the Aston Martin DB7. The car was fitted with a 6.4-liter Jaguar TWR V12 engine based on a 6.0-liter V12 engine. The engine had a revised steel crankshaft and specially designed 4 valves per cylinder heads. The twin camshafts worked by a unique chain drive mechanism. The engine has a claimed power output of 482 PS, 355 kW, 475 HP at 6,000 rpm, and 637 Nm, 470 lb, ft of torque at 4,500 rpm. Power was transferred to the rear wheels by an AP Racing twin-plate clutch, and the engine was mated to a 6-speed Borg-Warner T-56 56 manual transmission. The car had an estimated top speed of 293 km/h, 182 mph due to a longer final gear ratio. On the exterior, the car had a specially designed body kit and a rear spoiler for improved downforce. The car was fitted with wider Yokohama tires for enhanced grip and to handle the power of the engine, and had specially designed 20-spoke alloy wheels. References